Hi everyone, it's Wesley again here with another Epiphany, and this time we're talking about how to make instant improvement in your classroom learning environment. Let's get started. Number 1, we say do not overreact. Look, for some reason students hate when adults overreact. I can still hear one of my third graders going, "She is so extra." She really didn't get along with one of the other teachers because she felt like the teacher overreacted about everything, and it really annoyed her. And I understand it, because think about if we got in major trouble for everything that we did with the police, with our principal, with our landlord. It's really annoying when people overreact instead of just redirecting or guiding us to the right thing to do. So when we overreact, students usually overreact back. It just doesn't feel fair when they're being disciplined too harshly, or you make a really big deal about everything they do. So an alternative to that is to call them aside and have a short conversation with them. Overreaction can also be going on and on and on and on about it. Number 2, always find a way to allow students into your life. Now, I know you might not be super comfortable with that. I for sure was not. But I found small ways to do it that made a huge impact. I'll give you an example. I would always tell my students what I had done the previous weekend. It just felt right. You've been gone for a couple of days, and it's like, what have you been up to? It's just a thing that friends do. And if we're friendly to our students, they will react to us better, and they will feel a better connection to us. So I wouldn't go into great detail. I would just say, here's 3 things I did this weekend. I went on a hike, I had a big dinner with my friends, and I graded your test. And they knew that I didn't sleep in the classroom, and that mattered to them. Number 3, put and keep in place procedures. Hopefully by now, every teacher knows that it's pretty important to create the procedures with your students to let them feel as if they had buy-in and choice. However, what's more important is to keep those procedures. So this kind of ties in with our number 1 of not overreacting. If you have procedures in place, you probably will be a lot less likely to overreact, because every action will have that positive, negative consequence, and the student is expecting it. When we don't have those procedures in place, we fly off the handle and say, 3 days of silent lunch. And that's when things go downhill fast. So put those procedures in place for good behavior and negative behavior, and stick with them constantly. Students like consistent and predictable behavior from you, their teacher. The last tip I'm going to give you is to think outside the box, because no one classroom is the same, because no one teacher is the same. The procedures that the teacher across the hall has in place for you may not work for your personality. I'll give you an example. There was a teacher that I worked with that she did not have desks in her room. She encouraged students to lay all over the floor, to lay on beanbag chairs. That would have drove me crazy. There was another teacher who always had her students in their desk in a straight line, and that also doesn't fit my teaching style. I do like for every once in a while for students to get up and move around and learn all over the classroom. What's the point? Both of these teachers had great learning environments. Kids loved them, kids loved their class. My kids loved me in my class, even though I was yet another different style of teaching and learning. So let's go over this again. Number 1, don't overreact. Number 2, allow students into your life. Number 3, put and keep procedures in place. And number 4, think outside the box and be true to yourself. Thanks, everybody, and good luck with increasing your positive learning environments.